What's up, guys? Seb here. Thank you for joining me in the very first episode of a new segment I like to call Talking Nerdy. Now, in this very first episode, we're going to be looking at the Battlefield 1 campaign trailer. We're going to be getting my reactions. You're going to be getting some discussions. We're going to talk about what's in the trailer and what isn't in the trailer. So if you guys are interested, stay tuned.
They push, we push. Every once in a while, we push hard enough that the light breaks through the clouds and a world beyond the war glimmers. Behind every gun sight is a human being. We are those people.
Promise me that you'll get me back in one piece.
Okay, I promise.
Come on!
You may find you're out there all alone. You know that.
You can never stop the progress of machines!
If history only remembers 1 in 1,000 of us, then that future will be filled with stories of who we were and what we did. But until that day comes, we will stand. We will look death in the eye, and we will fight.
Woo-wee! Man, that is one pretty ass trailer. Now, that is definitely more of a cinematic trailer and story sort of centric trailer than I was expecting. Not a lot of gameplay. Some look like, or those could also be cutscenes for all I know. The game actually looks really fucking pretty. Like, we knew that already playing like the beta and seeing other trailers and shit like that, but this game is really fucking pretty. When you can't tell the difference between cinematics and the actual game, that's amazing. That's amazing. But yeah, overall, I feel like it was a very pretty trailer. It was a typical wartime trailer. Like, I feel like I've seen this trailer a bunch of times with like Call of Duty, especially the old Call of Duties when they were talking about World War II and those kind of things. So it was very symbolic of that kind of trailer. You know, that freaking Battlefield music, man, it came in at the end and it always makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up, gives me goosebumps, all that shit. So powerful trailer. I liked it a lot. Not anything special, but I mean, it was an entertaining trailer. So I gave it a thumbs up as far as video game trailers are concerned. It's a good trailer. Now, what did it show us? What did the trailer show us? Now, the trailer showed us that they're doing something very different with this Battlefield game compared to what they've been doing, in the sense that you're not playing one sort of super soldier kind of guy who's going to be running and gunning and killing Nazis or Koreans or Chinese or any of those guys. You're going to be it appears that there's going to be chapters, and every chapter is going to focus on a specific part of the game and also a specific set of characters. So, I mean, there appears to be 2 British soldiers who are going to be, you're going to be doing mainly piloting. You're going to be in an airplane. Especially, which is actually kind of cool because in World War One, the British pilots had a really hard time fighting against the German pilots, and I think the average lifespan for like a pilot in the British Air Force was like 17 minutes or something like that. It was insane. So it's going to be kind of cool to see from that perspective. I'm kind of hoping, it showed it a little bit in the trailer, but I'm kind of hoping that they do kind of get down and dirty in the single player campaign. World War One was a really brutal war, and a lot of like the rules of war that we have these days came about because of the bad shit that happened in World War One. So I'm hoping that they don't shy away from that too much and that they try and make it gritty, because World War One was a really, really, really gritty war. So I'm hoping that they keep it that way. Some of the parts of the trailer showed it, but also we'll see. You know, that this is the first bit of the campaign that they've showed. So another sort of chapter character that appears to be is you're going to be, of course, a tank driver. So World War One, of course, tanks were first introduced into warfare at that time. It has sort of a Fury vibe. If you saw the movie Fury, if you haven't, it's a Brad Pitt, Shia LaBeouf, World War II action film about a Sherman tank crew, and they get sort of this rookie tank driver who is to replace somebody who's died in their crew, and they're all veteran, they're all grizzled, they're all like bastards in the film. To him and in general, I mean, they're all like desensitized because of the war, and it's kind of like it's from the rookie's point of view a little bit, and so it's about him realizing that this is war and this is some serious shit, and that, you know, it's an awakening for him. And I feel like the trailer, at least some of the tank parts looked like it's going to be very Fury-esque, which is good. I mean, again, Fury. So yeah, there's going to be what appears to be pilots, tanks, and as the other character, there seems as another chapter, you will be playing as a Bedouin warrior, a female character, which I think is kind of cool. And she appears to be sort of working alongside Lawrence of Arabia in the whole Middle East battle against the Ottoman Empire. So I feel like she's going to be a cool chapter. Showed her riding horses, showed her slaying dudes with her cavalry saber. Seems like a badass bitch. So I'm pretty cool. You're definitely going to go after the behemoth, the big artillery train. Definitely showed that in the trailer, so I'm assuming that's going to be a part of it, which I think is pretty freaking cool. Another part, you're going to be this is like an infantry standpoint, I guess. Well, yeah, obviously infantry standpoint, where it's going to be more in the Alps, along the Italian and Austro-Hungary border. It looks like you're going to be playing as an Italian soldier, part of the Italian Mountaineer regiment called the Arditi. And it looks like from the trailer, he was putting on heavy armor. I know that in the multiplayer, you can find sort of flamethrowers and like really heavy machine guns and stuff like that, and you kind of don this heavy armor. So I don't know if, I'm assuming what it looks like in the trailer. It looks like that you will be kind of in this more powerful role. I mean, you're gonna more of the typical super soldier kind of situation. I mean, I don't know. Again, the trailer seemed very cinematic, didn't show a lot of gameplay. So, and it didn't really actually show a lot of this chapter. Just showed the guy putting on the heavy armor, showed him there was like a couple second clip of him with the heavy machine gun shooting dudes in the woods. But we shall see. I'm actually really interested in this one as well. It looks like it'd be an interesting point of view, something that would be different as far as a battlefield is concerned. And then the last one, the fifth chapter that they saw would be the sort of the runner chapter. You saw these sort of Australian soldiers, also part of the war, the battles in the Middle East against the Ottoman Empire. They were the runners. They would basically be running from trench to trench, giving out information and like where the enemy was, kind of like scouts. And it's basically going to be you're kind of it appears that you're going to be preparing for the Gallipoli landing, which was the D-Day of World War I, pretty much, where there was about 500,000 men were part of that invasion, and it didn't really end very well. So there definitely appears to be some hints of darkness and foreboding in the game. I mean, obviously the characters in that chapter are not going to know that it's not going to end very well. But us currently we know. So I'm appreciating that they're trying to get a little down and dirty and dark with the game. It's a question of how much. But yeah, so it looks great, looks beautiful. I mean, we weren't surprised by that. Like I said before, the multiplayer open beta was phenomenal. I played it quite a lot. It's beautiful. One of the Battlefield that I feel has always been a much better multiplayer spectacle game than Call of Duty ever was. Hence why I kind of pulled towards it. Definitely feels more tactical, more legit, less Twitch. sort of based. Like, I mean, Call of Duty, man, I never got very good at because I wasn't very like twitchy in that sense. That's my own shortcomings, and that's why I kind of lean more towards Battlefield over Call of Duty. Now, what did the trailer not show us? Now, as I said before, it was mainly a cinematic trailer. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes also. That's part of the thing. That's why I keep looking over here, but I'm going to try and put it closer. What did the trailer not show us? It was mainly a cinematic trailer, not a lot of gameplay. It said on the bottom that it was in-game footage, so I'm assuming we saw a lot of the cinematics that are in the game, probably between chapters or between missions. Wasn't, that's based. So you don't really see a lot as far as the gameplay. You got a couple clips, but not a lot. I mean, it's a Battlefield game. You're expecting shooters, expecting like first-person shooting, expecting vehicles, that kind of stuff. We saw that in the cinematics, but again, not a lot of gameplay. I would like to see some campaign gameplay. I think there's some maybe up on YouTube around. I haven't really watched it, just because even though I say I want to see it, I also want to. The game's coming out in like 2 weeks, so I kind of also want to keep it, a little bit of a mystery too. I don't want everything spoiled. Another thing was that a lot of the maps that they showed in the trailer, at least for the infantry and stuff like that, looked like multiplayer, for the chapter. Sorry, I'm like stumbling over my words. For the chapter with the Bedouin warrior and Lawrence of Arabia, that was very clearly the Sandstorm map in the Battlefield open beta. How different the maps in the campaign versus they are in the multiplayer, how much they differ is not known at the moment. Are we just going to be playing, are all the maps from the campaign the same as the ones in the multiplayer? If they are, I'm going to be a little sad, just because I was hoping maybe to get some stuff that was exclusive to the single player. I mean, San Quentin Scar and the Sandstorm one were very beautiful maps, great for multiplayer. But I'm just curious what the differences are, if you're going to be getting them in smaller chunks, if it's going to be sort of like the Rush gameplay where like you have a certain section, you have to like defend it or take it, and then you kind of keep getting pushed back, and therefore it expands the map or whatnot. But how open are these levels? How open are these maps? Is there any sense of exploration? I know that in some past Battlefield games, some past Call of Duty games, first-person shooters, that they do sometimes had collectibles and things like that. Are those going to be in the game? I'm just curious about how much downtime there is, because there was in World War I, there was the trench warfare. It was not like there were periods of where there was nothing going on. People were too afraid to try and make the push across no man's land. And it was like, and so there was like just bombardments. Like, how much of that is going to be shown? Is that going to be just cinematics? Is that going to be also like, is it almost going to be like a hub world? I'm maybe like getting way too into it, but like I'm just curious about how big these sort of single player campaign maps are, and how much they differ from the multiplayer maps. If they're kind of cut and pastes of multiplayer maps, I'm going to be kind of disappointed, just because I kind of want some freedom to be able to like maneuver around and do my thing. But that's that. So it didn't really show much of the gameplay. Did show a lot. It's going to be very character based campaign. So my final verdict as far as Battlefield 1 overall, I'm very excited. I haven't been this excited for a first person shooter in a long time. I was really excited for the Call of Duty Modern Warfare remaster, but now it seems like you're gonna have to buy Infinite Warfare in order to get it, and that is a no bueno for me. I'm not gonna do that at all. As much as I love Modern Warfare, the first one, I'm not dropping $60 on Infinite Warfare just to get it. That makes no sense. So now I'm no longer excited about that. Now my first person shooter itch is, Battlefield 1 is gonna have to scratch that itch for me. And if playing from the beta, it looks like it's going to. Gonna have to wait and see what the campaign is like. Hoping good things. I'm excited for it. I haven't been this excited for a first-person shooter in a long time. I'm happy they're doing World War One. Hasn't really been a first-person shooter game that deals with World War One. Sorry, and there's Verdun, which is a multiplayer only game on Steam that deals with World War One. It seems to be more about the tactical sort of trench warfare. It's more class based in the sense that you have like a leader and you have like a commander who's going to be basically telling you to go into no man's land or not, that kind of situation. But yeah, so I'm kind of interested in seeing how they turn World War One into a video game, especially with a campaign. I know that this is more of like a World War II with a World War One paint job. It's not 100% authentic. It's still an action game, but still excited for it. And the trailer, as usual for Battlefield trailers, they're pretty freaking epic. Like I said, the music at Battlefield 1, like freaking drum beat comes in, and I'm just like goosebumps and hair, man. Goosebumps and hair. So I am really excited for this game. Yeah, that's basically it. So let me guys know what you think of the Battlefield 1 campaign trailer. Are you guys excited to play the Battlefield 1 campaign, or are you not? Why? Let me know in the comment section below. If you guys are going to be playing only the multiplayer, if you guys are going to be giving the campaign a shot, I would be interested to hear your thoughts on that. Also, when the game comes out, be sure to check out my Twitch channel. It's also Seb the Enthusiast. I'm going to be making more of an effort to go live on Twitch, especially with Battlefield 1 coming out. I'm starting to play a little bit of Overwatch, and I'm thinking of doing a couple segments on Twitch that have to deal more with retro games. I have a couple ideas for that. So keep an eye on my Twitch. It is Seb the Enthusiast, twitch.tv/Seb the Enthusiast. Hit that little heart button on there so that way whenever I go live, you guys get a nice, beautiful email notification saying that I'm live, and you can come over and watch some of my live streams. If you guys like the discussion, this little discussion video, if you like Talking Nerdy, please hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be doing probably one of these once a week. They are a little bit more edit intensive. So I want to kind of make good discussion video content about video games. So try and look out for one of these about once a week. I'm going to continue doing my Let's Plays. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is still going to be my Total War Let's Plays. I'm going to be playing as the Greenskins and the Beastmen. And Tuesdays is my Doom Let's Plays. I might start picking up Dark Souls 3 again, putting it in there. But we'll see. I'm also maybe going to do some Doom multiplayer on Twitch. So another reason to watch out for my Twitch channel. Again, Seb the Enthusiast. Thank you very much. If you guys like this video, please hit that thumbs up button. I know there was a lot of stutters, a lot of ums, stuff like that, working on scripts and things. But yeah, if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up button. If you guys think of anybody who would like to watch this video, please feel free to share it with them. And if you want to never miss a Talkin Nerdy episode or any of my Let's Plays or anything like that, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for that. Truly, truly appreciate it. You guys are really freaking awesome. All right, so I hope you guys like this video, and I'll catch you guys next time. As always, stay enthusiastic. Bye-bye.